Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another LEGO video. Today, we're building the LEGO City 7239 fire truck set. So let's get started. Okay, so we're going to start out with a 6x16, if I'm correct, base, which this middle section turns out to be 6 wide, and the rest is 4 wide. We're going to flip it over, and we're going to take two 2x2 axle bearing plates in black, put one there and one there, and then we're going to take two 1x2 plates in red. We're going to put one there and one there. Now we're going to take a 2x2 plates, put it right there in white, and then two more 2x2 axle bearing plates in black, and two more 2x2 axle bearing plates right here in the back. So, yeah. And then we're going to take a 2x3 plate of bluish gray, put it there, and a 2x8 plate in dark bluish gray. Oops. It's going to go right there. Now we're going to flip it back over, and then we're going to take a 1x4 plate in white, set it right there, and then a 1x6 modified plates with two 45-degree slopes on each end, inverted in red, and a 1x2 grill in white. Now on this 1x4 plate, we're going to take two. Find the other one. There it is. 1x2 modified plates with this fork connector piece. Set them back to back like that, and then a 1x4 brick in white right there. And then on top of all this, a 4x6 plate. Oh, hold on. This is something. Hold on. I need a 1x4 plate right on top of this piece here, and then now we can put our hold on, sorry, 1x4 brick in white's supposed to go down here. Okay, then the 4x6 in dark bluish gray goes right there. Okay. These old instructions are hard to read, but I'm trying. And then we're gonna take two 2x2 mudguard bricks in red, and then two 2x2 45-degree inverted slope bricks in red as well. There and there. And then a 2x4 modified brick, I guess, with a Technipin coming out the top in light bluish gray. That's gonna go there. Now back here, I'm gonna take a 1x4 modified plate with the ball tow hook attachment thing in light bluish gray. That's gonna go there. And then a 2x4 plate in light bluish gray right on top. Now we're gonna need two more 2x2 mudguard bricks. Can't think right now. Then two 1x1 modified bricks with studs on two sides in tan. They're gonna go there, to there, and then two 1x2 45-degree inverted slope bricks in red. There and there. Now for the rear, we're going to take a 1x6 plate and a 1x2 grill, both in white, and then two 1x2 transparent red tiles. That's going to go right here. And then on top here, a 1x4 tile in dark bluish gray. Now we're going to take two 1x8 tiles in dark bluish gray. Put one there, and then two 1x2 grills in white. And then we'll move up here. We're going to take two more 2x2 45-degree inverted slope bricks in red. There and there. And then 1x2 panel in red. And then we're going to take two more 1x2 45-degree inverted slope bricks. Put one there and there. And then two 2x2 mudguard bricks in dark bluish gray. Then we're going to take a 2x2 brick in red, put it there, and a 2x2 by 2 chair in yellow. It's going to go right there. And we're going to take two 1x3 bricks in red, one there, and then a 1x4 brick in dark bluish gray with 4 studs on one side. And then two 1x2 grills in white, there, and then there. If I can get it on there, there we go. And then two 1x2 panels in red. One there, and one, whoops, right there. And then on top of this 2x2 brick, a 1x2 modified tile with a steering wheel in yellow. Now for the front, we're going to take a 2x6 plate in red, then a 2x3 plate in light bluish gray, and then a 1x6 plate in white. Now we're going to take two 1x2 plates in red, there and one there, and then four 1x2 grills in white, two 1x2 transparent yellow cheese slopes, and two 1x1 transparent red, or sorry, not transparent, just red cheese slopes. And then, where are they? There's one. Now here it is. You think you're missing a piece, but really it's just right there. And then we're gonna need two 1x3 curved slope bricks in white. And that's gonna attach right here. Now for the stabilizers here, we're gonna take 4 of these light bluish gray Technic pieces, with one end having the axle hole and the other end having this fork connector end, and we're gonna connect 2 of them together with a 4-long axle in black. This is back when they didn't tell you how long the axles are. They do now, but yeah, they used to not have that. And then on one of the ends of the stabilizers, find the piece, oh there it is. I'm gonna need a 1x2 modified plate with a fork connector in white, and then a 1x1 transparent blue cheese slope. Just connect them on each end of these. Oh, so this is interesting. Okay, so this must have been back when they had the old panels without the side supports. However, this one, I don't know if this is from the seller or the set that it came with. This might have been when they were changing it, but probably not. But yeah, this is a panel with the side supports, but it would have been the one without it, which I do have one of them in old light gray, actually, but I don't feel like looking for it. But yeah, I do have one. Yeah, that's pretty cool, actually. Yeah, so that's gonna go right here. And then 2 1x2 modified bricks with a vertical clip in red. Now we're gonna need 2 of these 1x4x4 cabinet frames, and I'm gonna take the white doors, put the door in the frame, like so for both, and we're gonna put one on each side. So and then on top of these bricks here with the clip, I'm gonna take 2 1x2 profile bricks in white with the vertical side facing out, or facing in, horizontal facing out. Yeah. And then we're gonna take 1x6 plate in white. It's gonna go there. And then 2 1x4 plates in white. One goes there, one goes there. Now inside, we're gonna take one of these 4x3x2 crates in white. We're gonna take this pair of breathing apparatus, which is yellow oxygen tank, and the face mask with the trans brown visor. Put that in there. I think that's all that goes in there, actually. And then that just fits in there. And then on top, 4x6 plates in red, and 1x6. Uh-oh, I think the seller made a mistake. He gave me a 1x8 tile. That is funny. He gave me a 1x8 tile instead. That's okay. I think I should probably switch it on all my stations real quick. Yeah, there we go. Just gotta replace one of the tiles, the 1x1. But I'll do that later. But yeah, so here's 1x6 tile. That is funny. I was like, wait a minute, why do I have a 1x8? Yeah. That is funny though. Okay. So anyways, now we're gonna take a 2x6x2 windshield in trans brown and a 4x6 hood piece, which sticker has already been applied. And for a 2006 sticker, this looks really good. Like, the one that I have, I've moved several times onto other things, so it looks terrible. So yeah, but this looks a lot better. I think I'm gonna put this on that engine. I'll see how it looks, but I'm sure it's gonna look good to replace that sticker. But yeah. Yeah. For our figures, we got 2. I'm sorry, I didn't go over this in the beginning, but yeah. Because they were already put together, but yeah. So we got this guy in the silver, this guy in the whites. I think it should be the other way around, actually. That would look better. But, yeah. I guess it would be, but whatever. I'll have this guy in there. And then put this on top. What's interesting is that this is only connected from the hood piece here with its 2 studs, so it really comes off quite easily. It is quite interesting. Now we're going to take a axe, or hatchet, if you want to call it. Probably looks more like a hatchet than an axe. And a radio. And for the top here, I take a 1x2 grill and 2 1x1 cheese slopes trans blue. Now we're gonna move on. Oh, hold on. Before we do, I'm gonna add our wheels, which is just the white rim and the black tire. You know, it's the basic. And we need 6 of those total. Luckily, they're already put in for me, so that's easy. Alrighty, now we're gonna move on to the back. So we're gonna take the 6x6. I don't even know what this piece is. I really don't. I know it's 6x6, so that's what I'm calling it. This weird looking piece in white. And we're gonna attach 2 1x8 bricks on this side and this side. So yeah. And then on the inside, we're going to take 2 1x4 arch bricks in red. And then on the ends, 2 1x6 plates. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Then we're going to take a 2x2 brick in red. We're going to put it there. Then 1x2 panel in red, and 2 of these 1x4 gear rack pieces in whites. Sorry. Okay, now for the hose rail, it's just this red 2x4x2 hose rail piece with the black hose, you know, so that's gonna go right there. I'm taking a cough drop. I don't know why I'm coughing so much. Okay. Now we're gonna take a 2x4 brick in red. I'm gonna put it there. And then a 2x2 brick. Oops. It's gonna go right there. And then 2 1x2 modified bricks with the vertical clip in white this time, not red. And then here, take a 2x2 cabinet brick and the white door, the door cabinet frame, put it right there. And then 2 2x2 slope bricks. I don't know the slope gradient or whatever. Now we're going to take a 2x6 plate in dark bluish gray. And we're going to take 2 1x2 plates in there. Now I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to take a 1x2 modified brick with a Technic pin sticking out the side in white. It's going to go there. And then a 2x4 modified brick with 2 inverted 45 degree slopes on each end and 2 Technic pins sticking out the side. It's going to go right there. Now flip back over. And on this Technic brick here, I'm going to take one of these I don't know what this Technic piece is, but it has an axle hole at the bottom and then a Technic pinhole on here coming out from side to side. Stick it in there, and then into the axle hole part, I'm going to take a 4 long yip bar piece in white, yellow. Go right there. And then on these Technic pins, 2 1x2 Technic bricks with 1 pinhole in yellow. And that whole assembly is going to sit right here. This is mainly just so that the ladder can go up and then you can't go back down unless you lift it, which I think is pretty clever. I think that's what it's for. I hope so. Now we're going to take two 2x6 plates in white. One there, one there. And then two 1x2 transparent blue tiles. And there. And then we're going to take two of these ladder sections in white. Slide one inside the other. And a little bit of room on the end. And that's just going to sit there. Oh yeah, and on these clips, we got 1x1 round brick and a tap piece in yellow. That's going to be our fire extinguisher there. And the other one, I actually don't know. There's parts to make another fire extinguisher, so I guess we'll just make two. Or no, I guess the other one's for the hose reel. Yeah, that would make sense, actually. That would make some pretty good sense. Loosen it up a little bit more. There we go. It's so tight. Now for the tower bucket attachment. I have a 2x2 plate in white, a 1x2 plate in dark blush gray with the fork attachment on the side, and then a 2x3 plate. So 2x3 plate goes on top of both of these, and then flip it over and take a 2x2 boat tile in black, and then this assembly is gonna be, oops, just a little bit more. It's gonna go right there, and then take the tower bucket piece in white, that's gonna go there. And you can see it just stays up, which I think is really nice. Wait, do these have the stickers? Oh no, they don't have all the stickers. They're supposed to have ones that say fire on it. I mean, it's fine, but yeah, wow. Yeah, they're supposed to have those stickers on it. It's okay though. And then we just stick this into this Technic pin right here, because it has a Technic pin hole right there in the center. And I gotta stand this up just a little bit more. There we go, so it actually fits. There we go. There's our fire truck. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty nice one for 2006. Yeah. And that is it for book one. Now I'm gonna go through book two, which is the boat trailer. There were actually 3 bags, however, it was all put together because it's a used set, so it makes sense. Alrighty. And of course, we got a second figure here, which actually would have been made in this bag here. Interesting, but yeah. Anyways, let's go on to this boat trailer. So first, I'm gonna take a 2x6 plate in light bluish gray. Then we're gonna take a 1x2 modified plate with the ball tow hitch piece, and then two 2x2 axle bearing plates in black. And on top of all that, am I missing a piece? I think I am. Unless it fell. Or it's still in one of the bags. It's definitely not in one of the bags, yeah. It's a 4x6 plate part. I think I have one. It's off rim, but it'll do. So we need another 4x6 plate in dark bluish gray. And then 2 more 1x1 modified bricks with the 2 studs on either side in tan. And then 2 2x2 modified, or just 2 2x2 modified bricks in dark bluish gray. And then a 1x6 modified plate with 2 45-degree slopes on inverted each end, in red. And then back here, the same thing as here with 1x6 plate, 1x2 grill, and two 1x2 transparent red tiles. Now we're gonna take two 2x3 cabinet bricks, 2x3x2 cabinet bricks. Oh, these are two completely different ones. This one's hollow, this one's not. So this one's definitely the original, this one's not. Interesting, yeah. And then we're gonna take two of these cabinet doors, which these have the fire logo sticker on them, but they're in pretty bad shape, so I'm definitely gonna peel these off and hopefully salvage them for another use. And then for this, cover this up, a 4x6 double slope brick in red, 45-degree slopes on each end. Goes there. Then two 1x2 grills in white. Then two 1x2 jumper plates in light bluish gray. There and there. Yeah, this should be the ones not hollow. Now for the boat, I'm gonna have a 1x2 profile brick in white and a 1x4 plate in white back here. And then a 1x2 jumper plate in light bluish gray. And then a 1x2 by 2x2 bracket in dark bluish gray. Then two 1x1 transparent blue cheese slopes. Then a 1x2 grill in white, sorry, couldn't think. And then this engine piece or whatever in light bluish gray. Doesn't have the stickers on the boat either. Anyway, that's fine. So I'm gonna put this on my boat trailer, so it wouldn't have matched, because I would have to get more for it to fit. Oh, this is missing the back sticker too. Wow, they're missing quite a bit of stickers, I thought. And then we're gonna need the orange Life Vest piece. Definitely missing a lot. And then 1x2 modified tile with a steering wheel. And then we'll take two the wheels from earlier and put the boat on the trailer like that. And then a 1x1 modified plate with a vertical clip in whites. So that is kind of like a stand. And it bounces too. And then we can move this up and put it on here. And there we go. There's our fire truck with boat trailer. Looks pretty cool. Alright, there we go. That looks pretty nice. Oh yeah, I almost forgot this 1x2 modified tile with a handlebar. That goes there. And I'm just gonna take this fire extinguisher. I mean, I'll just put it on one of the... I'll put it on this guy or whatever. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for this video. So I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.